Hey y'all, I'm back. Did you miss me? Did you miss me? Did you miss me? All right, I'm gonna stop. No, I'm not. Did you miss me when I was gone? Did you miss me? Did you miss me? All right, but no, for real, for real. So today's topic is why I left the church. It was many reasons, but we're gonna stick to the main reason. The main reason was I was called to be the prophet of the house. When I was called to be the prophet of the house, I was shook. Shook if. Okay. That's an understatement actually. I felt that I wasn't ready. I felt that I was kind of not informed. I was informed by one of my colleagues, or not colleagues, but one of my homies at the church who had, she was like, "Hey girl." She called me on the phone. She's like, "Hey girl, congratulations." I'm like, "Congratulations. What did I do? What happened?" And she informed me that I was called to be prophet. And I was like, "What? Who said that?" She's like, "Well, Pastor just announced you to be the prophet of the house in service today." Well, not service, but they were having like a leadership meeting. So in the leadership meeting, I was called to be prophet. I was baffled. I was like, "Oh, how my pastor knew what was going on in my mind?" So shortly thereafter, the pastor did have a conversation with me to inform me that he chose me to be prophet of the house, which I, of course, thought that was the most incredible thing in the planet. But I was scared and not ready. I felt I was seeing someone at the time. I was, you know, all over the place in my thoughts, not knowing whether I wanted to stay in that state any longer. My job situation I wasn't fond of. I was over constantly going back and forth with my emotions led me in every aspect of my life in that time. And so I was sent to do an altar call at the end of service one day. And as I'm doing altar call, the pastor was praying over someone and informing them, he was just praying over the person. And as he was praying, he wanted me to stay in the spirit and, seek the Lord's face and all the things. And as I'm praying and I put my head up to look up, I see the intercessory prayers kind of like praying against me. And I look at both of them and I was like, wow, you could tell they were operating from a different realm. And I was so church hurt at that moment that it kind of took me back. And I was like, I don't know if I want to even be a part of this, because I knew I let the enemy win at that moment. Let's just say that I was not strong enough to be leading, to be a prophet, to do any of the things because I knew in that moment that I wasn't living a holy life, and then being judged by these people and having them saying what they were. You could just tell that the looks were demonic. I'll say it how it is. It was demonic and it was not of God at all. And they were praying against my downfall. And it ended up working because I was not living a wholesome life. I was, in the world, one foot in, one foot out, lukewarm, however you want to call it. And I had to do some deep soul searching. I prayed about it. I was like, listen, I don't want to be here no more. I'm out. Gotta go. And one day my pastor he had all of us come to his home for like a gathering, and I explained to him I was leaving. He said, "I hope you sought the Lord and that you went to your secret place in this decision, and if the Lord said go ahead, you got my blessing." So I left, and 2 years later I come back with child needing a deliverance, like a mess. Right? dealing with someone that was constantly cheating on me. It was just crazy. But I say all that to say I didn't learn my lesson for a long time until I decided to go back to the Lord. Um, but it took me more than 15 years. So I had a long time of learning. And here I am again. So I'm grateful that I'm back, but I did lose a lot of time that I should have been seeking his face the whole time because a lot of the turmoil that I have endured, I would not have had to. Or maybe there were lessons that I'm just too hard headed to learn one time, and I had to learn over and over and over and over and over and over again. So, you know, um, I would always like for Easter or if I was going through something, I would always go back and try to pray about it, or I would always go, seek God at church, for one service a year or something. It would always He would always draw me back, um, but I would never stay because I don't think I ever found a church home where I was comfortable. I wouldn't say that. When I was in Maryland, I did find a church home where I was at for a little while, but it didn't matter because I was living in sin the whole time and I wasn't happy. So I was letting my emotions run my life again. And, always in fear. The spirit of fear was upon me so heavily that I just operated off of that. Fear of friendships being lost, fear of, what would this person think? What would that person think? Should I not be in fornication or, just wanting to do what I wanted to do and living in sin. And I allowed people and my emotions to draw me away from Christ. So when I say that I left, it was a long time. And I don't feel anyone should ever take that long to learn a lesson. I want to be the example so people don't have to go through those things. Don't let it be a person or a thing or an emotion to draw you away from Christ. We could always, you know, we don't have the time. This is not the time. His coming is soon than we think. Um Everything that's in the word is literally happening right now. But between the digital world, the new world order, the conspiracies, the earthquakes, the threats, the wars, the famine, I mean, it's all happening. And we need to be in prayer and seeking his face and being prepared for what's to come. So that's why I'm here to sound the alarm. I want to sound the alarm because we got to get ready, y'all. This is not a game. This is not a game. I played. I played and I played myself because I know that my life, I would be so much further than where I am today. I'm grateful for the lessons. Don't get me wrong. I am grateful for what I have learned. Did I need to stumble and fall 15,000 times? I could have done without it. I could have done without it. I didn't need to fall that many times. Okay? That is insane, people. We don't need to learn that many times. We need to take heed and say, okay, this is not for me. This world is not for me. Let me go back and seek my Jesus and sit at his feet and say, Lord, what do you want me to do? What is it I am doing wrong? Why can't I get it right? That's it. No matter what type of family structure you come from, whether your parents was on drugs, whether you've been molested, whether you have mental health, suicidal thoughts, depression, schizophrenic, all the things. I work with people who have mental illness and substance use. You think this is an easy job? You think it's easy to deal with people slandering and persecuting your name because they are going through something? It's not easy, but you have to have the faith, you have to have the perseverance, you have to have tough skin, because if not, you will be incarcerated. It's a lot of things. It's a lot of things. But what you have to know is that Christ will work it all out in the end. And if you have questions on how that can happen, hit me up. Hit me up. If you really truly feel that he can't sustain you in every aspect of your life, hit me up. Hit me up so we can have a conversation. Cause I'm with everything. Like I know I've seen so many lives changed and transformed that can't anybody tell me there is no Jesus. I'm not even gonna say God. Jesus Christ of Nazareth is real. Period. Argue me down. I done tried the saging and all of the things and the crystals and the singing bowls and wanting to know about Santeria, Oshun, Yemaya, all of that for my ancestors. No. Jesus Christ of Nazareth is real. That is our Father who died on a cross for our nasty little sins. Okay? Yeah, he did that. Him alone. Okay? You ain't got a daddy here. Trust and believe. That's your daddy. That's who I call on when I don't want to bother my dad with my nonsense of me being stressed out about something. I call on my Father in heaven. Guess what? He comes through every time. Every time. I could be irritated and I start crying out to him because I don't want to react in a way that's going to put me in jail. So to refrain from getting myself into trouble, because no one or nothing is worth that. Nothing. Not my sanity, not my peace, not nothing. And the enemy's not going to ever win this battle. He had too many years already of mine. He will not win ever again. I promise you. So as soon as I see myself getting agitated or anything, I say, Lord, take out anything that is not of you. I want to be pleasing in your eyes. Nothing else matters. Let me tell you something. My day started off that way. And by the time I got to work, I was cracking up. I had my resident in my office jokes after jokes after jokes. And it was the pure joy and peace that he gave me that surpasses all understanding. And I gave him all glory, honor, and praise. Period. Period. Okay. So again, I'm just here for that little snippet to let you know that if you draw away from the Lord and the church, find another church if that wasn't the church. Okay? But 9 times out of 10 is you and your emotions. And we got to let that go because it's not going to be receptive. We going to fall short, but our relationship with him should be the main thing. And we need commune. If those ain't your people, there's got to be other people. We don't know everybody in the church. Seek another friend. Seek somebody that can be your accountability partner. That's gonna hold your hand and say, "Sis, I got you in prayer. Whatever it is, I got you." Right now, I'm still seeking that in my church. I'm a newbie to this one. I was all the way going to Baltimore, hour and a half from my crib. That was not it for me. That's too far, you know. So if I want to hang out with my friends and all that, we got to be meeting. No, that's it. No, God wanted me closer to home to build foundation and have relationships here where I rest my head. Now that's the goal and the focus, that I have people I can commune with and seek his face and have accountability and all of the things. But I just want to be an encouragement today and let you know, don't let no weapon form against you prosper. Period. Because it doesn't have authority over you. No man has authority over you. No thing has authority over you. Not no man, not no job, not money, nothing has authority over you. Cast that thought down as soon as it hits you. Boom. Hit it back. I come against you in the name of Jesus. And take power and authority because it is given to us. Read the book of Luke if you need encouragement. And your sister is here. The IG page is in the link, boo boo. Okay. And I just wanted to share my little thing with you. And I feel like I never introduced myself. My name is Denise, originally from the Bronx, Puerto Rican, native from New York, period. And now I reside in the country. And I love it. All right. So I'll talk to y'all next time. Bye.